Hi there, and welcome back to Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Lauren, and today I'll be sharing with you my Irish cream brownie recipe. It's a coffee flavored brownie with a cream cheese frosting that's spiked with Bailey's Irish cream. So I've already gotten started here a little bit. I've got 4 ounces of dark chocolate melted here with 4 ounces of butter in my poor man's double boiler. If you don't have a double boiler, this is a great thing that you can do. You just put a heat-proof bowl on top of a pot of simmering water. To this, I'm going to add half a cup of brown sugar. And then here's my coffee. I've got 1½ teaspoons of instant coffee dissolved in 1 teaspoon of hot water, plus a little bit of vanilla. And we'll stir this up until the sugar starts to dissolve. Now I've got multiple inspirations for this brownie recipe. I'd actually made this brownie recipe for the first time while I was working over in Kenya a long time ago. Right out of college, I had the opportunity to get a job where I got to spend 6 months working in Kenya right off of Lake Victoria, and I had gotten a cookbook while I was over there for brownies and puddings and things like that from the local grocery store. And this was one of the coffee base was similar to one of the recipes I had in there, and that's the first time that I had made it. The conditions were definitely a little bit different. I've got the hand mixer there. I didn't quite have the hand mixer when I was over there. I ended up having one of those little crank mixers. Those were not fun. One day I went to go beat some egg whites, and it ended up taking me 45 minutes. Granted, this was before I started working out at the gym and getting all strong. So it was definitely a workout. I think I am much happier now that I have my electric mixer. So it looks like all the sugar is dissolved. Let's pick this up. I'm going to put this over here on a heat-proof pad. I'm going to add in 2 beaten eggs. And this is where my mixer will come in handy. Mix these in. And we'll get ready for the dry ingredients. The dry ingredients include ½ cup of powdered sugar, plus 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. We'll mix these together. And carefully add this into our brownie mixture. And you want to be careful when you're making brownies because you don't want to overdevelop the gluten by mixing the brownies for too long. So you just want to mix it until everything is just barely combined. Alright. Look, it was all done that quickly. So I'm going to take this and pour this into a 9-inch square baking pan that has been greased, so then make sure nothing sticks. And pour this in and get everything all spread out. I love chocolate brownies. Actually, I love everything chocolate, like most women anyway. I'm going to spread this out. And I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. There we go. Everything looks just perfect. Now I'll bake this until a cake tester comes out clean. Now I said that there were multiple inspirations for this creation of mine. The first was my cookbook from Kenya, and the second was a friend of mine here. She loves frosting. She's the kind of person who would just take a spoon and eat frosting. It doesn't matter what kind of cake it is. She's like, just don't give me a bundt cake with no frosting. So when I decided to make her brownies, I'm like, well, I have to add frosting. We can't not have frosting here. So that's where I came up with my cream cheese frosting. And I'm sitting there thinking, what's going to be great to go with the coffee flavor in the brownies? How about a little bit of Bailey's Irish Cream? Coffee and cream, that'll be a great after dinner dessert. So for this, I have 8 ounces of softened Kraft Philadelphia cream cheese plus 2 ounces of softened butter. We'll get these mixed up. And you'll notice my Kraft Philly tower I have over here. And this is actually just from the past week and a half or so. You can tell that I've been working very hard on all of my recipes and trying to give you the best quality of desserts that I possibly can. So that's completely mixed up. Time to add in about a teaspoon or so of vanilla. And a couple tablespoons of Bailey's Irish Cream. And 1 cup of powdered sugar. And be very careful, because powdered sugar, as you can see, hopefully, you might have been able to see a little puff of smoke, can be very messy. So I'll start this slow. Right about. So I was telling you I made this recipe for a friend of mine. I brought it over for her birthday a couple weeks ago, and she loved it. I'll give this a nice mix here. She loved the idea of taking the Bailey's Irish Cream and using it in a unique situation, not just pouring it in coffee, not just putting it over ice or anything like that. Here, it adds a great element to some dark chocolate coffee brownies. This needs just a few more seconds before it'll be ready to go. All right. Now, quick and simple as that, our frosting is ready. You can see it's got a little bit of a color to it from the Bailey's Irish Cream. I'm going to have to stick my fingers in here and taste. Just don't tell anybody. That's just perfect. That's going to go perfect with our brownies once they're done in the oven. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to let my brownies bake. And once they're done and cooled for a few minutes, we'll finish them off and give them a taste. So I'll see you soon. So here are our finished Irish cream brownies. You can see I went ahead, I finished baking the brownies. It ended up taking about 25 minutes, but be sure to check it a few minutes before, just in case your oven is just a little bit different from mine. And I spread out our frosting on top. And I went one step further and pulled out one of our pieces of our brownies. You can see the nice, thick layer of frosting, soft, gooey brownie. Let's give this a taste. That's wonderful. I can't wait for you to try this. You can taste the Irish cream, you can taste a little bit of the coffee, and it all just fills your mouth perfectly. This ended up being an experiment that turned out to be a great creation. That's definitely going to be one of my go-to recipes from now on. Well, I hope you enjoyed my Irish cream brownies, and I hope to see you soon. My name is Lauren, and have a great day. Bye!